So, you've seen what's happened. We have no idea why, but Hippity Hop has a clamped vehicle. Welcome everybody to episode 20 of WatchRoss, the one that Petch is filming left-handed because he's had an operation on his thumb. Welcome to Hop's house, come in Petch. Who would live in a house like this? This guy is obviously into torture. He loves strumming his banjo. He loves scantily clad ladies. He's got an incredible library of fake wallpaper. Loves overpriced pictures of absolutely nothing. And he's famous for being the last samurai in Salford. Would the man who lives in a house like this reveal himself now?
It's the Hop.
Of course it's the Hop, because you actually saw us come into the Hop's house.
Good point.
And all that sort of stuff, but you've had a tour of his house now anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. Listen, we are 5 months into WatchRoss now.
It's flown by.
It's mental, it literally is mental. 5 months, 20 episodes. So we're actually going to give you on this episode our top 5 biggest lessons of the first 5 months. That's both me, not both, me, Hop, and Petch.
Don't forget Petch, there's 3 of us.
He's got a sore thumb at the back there, he's feeling sorry for himself.
Oh.
Then we're going to be going to Sean's mate's house, Craig, who is...
an events legend.
An events legend. He's an events legend. He's basically set up his own events company that was massive. Now he's setting up a social media marketing, digital agency. We'll be talking to him about personal brand building, putting yourself out there, building your followings on all kinds of social networks, etc., etc. And he's also a bit of a shark.
A pool shark.
A pool shark. So it might involve some trick shots. Let's go. Spider Kid. Spider Kid.
We got ourselves a Spider Kid.
We were just talking about adopting grandkids to see if that was even a possible thing, because I said I'm doing this vlog for my grandkids.
Ponder that for a second.
And I don't even have kids yet, but we've realised we have got a Spider Kid, aka Petch, so we've already adopted someone anyway. Welcome everybody. We've just, well, welcome back. We've just had some beautiful food here at the Ainsco. What did you have?
Beet salad.
Beet salad. Me and Petch have had some falafel burgers. Gone vegan or something, we haven't really. And it's time for the part of the vlog now that we like to call
our top 5 of the first 5 months.
Yes, it's time for our top 5 of the first 5 months. So as we said before, 20 episodes of WatchRoss are now out there, or will be by the time you're watching this. And we've been having a little discussion over our food at the top 5 lessons we have learned during this 5 months.
In 1.
In at number 1, this is one of mine. Impact is worth more than views. And maybe we're just saying that because we're still not getting that many views.
Got many views.
But no, seriously, this is really important. I think a lot of people, yeah, we have. A lot of people get so hung up on how many views they're getting on stuff. And actually, I mean, you know, yes.
We can't be bothered about that.
Well, as a metric, you know, it's useful to some degree, but I just had an email whilst we've been sat here off a guy saying, listen, I've been watching your vlogs. A guy didn't have a clue existed in this world. And he actually said, his exact words were, don't you start laughing at this, Hop, because this is genuine. This is a guy called David Hopper, and he said, your positivity has had a big impact on not only my acting life, but my whole life. And I was like,
I like his headshot.
It's good, isn't it? Well, I was like, look,
David Hopper.
Nice one, David Hopper. That's worth more to me than any amount of views, like getting emails like that, and they happen regularly now. So that's number 1.
In 2.
Another one of yours.
That's another one of mine, isn't it? Make content that you enjoy for you don't make something that you think will just go viral online, okay?
Like chucking milk on Petch.
Yeah.
In the supermarket.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could have quite easily gone out there for this
Never
vlog
did that, though, would we?
and started to do stupid things. I mean, we do add a little bit of entertainment into this, but we hopefully add value each episode as well. We could have just gone out into a supermarket and thrown milk on the floor. That seems to get a lot of hits online. Maybe that's something we should have done. So yeah, don't fall for that nonsense. Do things that you want to create for your own creativity and your own fulfillment. In at number 3, it's one of Hop's.
In 3.
If you feel there is an opportunity in something, don't analyse it, just do it.
Explain more on that, Hop.
I'm wondering why Petch is laughing at us.
Petch, because he's under anaesthetic because of his
He's not
thumb.
even had a fizz stick.
Explain that to the audience.
That is, well, I didn't understand what we were doing when we started this, did I?
No.
I just was.
I don't think we still do.
I said yes, let's go with it, and I went along. And then at Christmas, what I like to call a light bulb, I had a moment.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I get this. I get where we're going with it.
14 episodes in.
14 eps in, so I've only understood it for 6.
The Hop understands.
But now I get it. I get it. So I'm in.
Excellent. So ultimately, if you don't get it initially, but you think there's an opportunity in something, follow your gut, and then eventually you'll get it. Petch, stop laughing. Yours is number 4. In at 4, I'll talk for Petch because he's
laughing. He's hysterics.
and he's a spider and he can't talk. Rinse and repeat was Petch's lesson.
He's not talking about his underpants.
Oh no. And what he means by that, apparently I've got here, is the more you repeat the process, the easier the process gets. So Petch, when I first gave him this camera, was like, Ross, I've never held a camera in my life. I don't think, you know, maybe I'm going to be able to do this. I remember your emails you sent me, Petch, going, I don't want to, you know, ruin it, and I might not live up to the standards that you have for this. And I was like, I don't have any standards because we've never done this before. And he's actually got, without giving him too much of a compliment, really good at like filming buttons on lifts and coffees and stuff like that, as you've seen already today. But genuinely, the process was difficult to begin with, and he could have given up after the first 2 episodes, and I wouldn't have blamed him. But he's stuck with it, 20 episodes in, and I think the videography is getting better and better. Last but not least, number 5. This is really interesting and just like super important.
It would be. It's one of yours.
It's one of all of ours.
Okay.
Putting out consistent, high-quality content takes more hours than you could ever freaking imagine. You only see the finished articles when we're putting them out there on YouTube of these vlogs. I swear to God, the edit itself takes me roughly 10 to 12 hours per 30 minutes of vlog content. That doesn't include the little 60-second things we put out on Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. And it's made me realise that there's no substitute for hard work. There is no shortcuts in creating a brand, an online presence, and ultimately, you know, gaining attention for your work. But, you know, secondly, those who are doing well online, you know, and have, you know, are influencers or whatever you want to call them, and have big followings, freaking deserve it, don't they?
Big up to them.
Honestly, because, and you can slag them off and go, you know, unless they're throwing milk on the floor and getting views for that. You know, people who are putting creative content out there and are getting a few 100,000 or a couple of million views on things, like, hats off, man, because this is hard work. Hopefully we'll be there at some point. If we're not, me, you and Petch are definitely going Asda and hurling those pints of milk. Are we going to Craig's?
Let's get to Craig's.
Let's get to Craig's, and I think we're going to walk. You ready? Alright, Petch. What are you already doing in the lift? It's like you set it up. Get in, Hop. Bloody hell, Petch. Whoa! He's everywhere, this kid. Come on. We're not walking at all, we're driving because it's freezing cold, and Petch's thumb's getting sore. Give it a rest, Petch. How are we doing? Smells very nice in here. How are we doing? Nice to meet you, man. This is Petch. Petch films everything, basically. He's actually got like a full-size pool table.
Oh, it's not a miniature.
I've heard you like a pool shark.
Well,
He's a master. Should we rack him up?
I've got no technique. That's my problem. Ready for this, Petch? Straight in off. In off. Yes, one down. Oh, shit, I'm not gonna get a go here. Shit, he is as well. Bang. Oh. Right. You on? Yes. 1. Oh, you sod. Composition, shots. Fantastic. Pressure's on now. Just a little nudge. Yes. Yes. I can't miss this. Shit. Shit. Craig, absolute pleasure.
Pleasure.
Let you win that. From big breaks to tea breaks. It's almost like what I've noticed over the last 5 years is that, you know, my industry, acting, people always put actors on a pedestal. People always put musicians on a pedestal like they are these, like, you know, superhumans. Yeah. And now what's happened, ultimately, since Mark Zuckerberg put a hoodie on and became a billionaire, is people have just gone, entrepreneurs, shit, that's so cool. It's cooler than a musician. It's cooler than an actor. Yeah. Like, entrepreneurs right now, it's never been cooler to be an entrepreneur. And I don't think, it's like, but also, like you were saying before, it's a really cool idea, and everybody these days on Instagram will have CEO in their title, on their Instagram posts, on their profile, and Twitter, and all that sort of stuff. But there's not a lot of people taking action on it. And there's a lot of people who are going to be watching this, actors who are like, you know what? And I know there's so many people watching this who are going to have something to teach, who are going to have something that's not acting that they could be making money out of to support their acting and not have to work in a 9 till 5 shitty job in a being a waiter or working in a bar. Sorry, Petch. We're helping him out though. He's now a videographer, not just a bar person. But they don't take the action on it because they feel, oh, I'm an imposter. Why would anyone listen to me? I'm not an expert, etc. Like I said to you before in the kitchen, I'm like, you only need to be one step ahead of the people you're teaching to be an expert. How did you get over that, like that imposter syndrome initially, and go, I'm just going to create an agency?
You've got to start with that mindset. I am going to fail at first. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Don't start and think I'm going to nail it first time, because nobody's that lucky. No. Do you know what I mean? And
I 1 in a million.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You will get somebody. You will get somebody like one of my. I always think I got lucky with one of my businesses, but then when I think about it, I know I had 2 businesses before that. Do you know what I mean?
Everything that led to it.
Yeah. I was like, I had 2 businesses, but the 2 businesses before that led me in the mindset of being an entrepreneur. Yeah. So it's the other businesses did quite well, but I had like an eBay business, and eBay banned me because I was selling too much and not delivering it on time.
Oh, he outgrew himself.
Yeah, and too big for his boots.
Yeah, and then they started like slowing me down, so you can only work at half capacity. I had a warehouse, I had to cover the costs, and next thing you know, I had to wrap it all up. But then I was in that mindset of like, I made money not working for someone.
Yep.
And then belief that I could make money, and I was making good money. I was very young as well, but like maybe 21 or something like that. And I was like, wow, we're making a lot of money. And it's having that mindset of knowing, like, I can never make that money in a job.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can, and having your own business, it's down to yourself. It depends what business you've got. Like I was saying as well earlier, if you have a shop on the high street, no knocking that, you can make a lot of money, but you're fighting against competitors on that high street, and the traffic flow is going to be limited.
Yeah. Yep.
Where if you do something online, you know what I mean, there's billions.
You've got those geographical boundaries that you break as well. So you used to have your shop in Altrincham, which meant you were limited to like the radius around Altrincham, whereas Master and Monocles can go, Master and Monocle can go global overnight when I turn that site on, which will be very soon. Boom. You know, this is the thing, this is the interesting thing. You are going to throw, if you're advertising anything online, and it's the same when we run Facebook ads for anything that I do, or Acts on This, or Master and Monocle when that launches, you absolutely are going to throw a couple of £100 initially into Facebook ads and get 0 returns, 0 traction, and you'll think, this thing, Facebook ads don't work. They're rubbish, obviously, they're just taking our money, etc. And it's like, no, you just haven't quite figured out what works with your audience yet, but people want to throw the bucket in, throw the towel in, throw the towel in the bucket, or I don't know.
With the towel in it.
After £50. And I'm like, guys, like, you ain't going to crack anything by throwing £50, investing £50 in your business. And like, oh, well, I'm an actor, I've got no money. you're never going to have any money unless you start investing in yourself and, you know, and a product or something that you can offer to the world. I think everybody's got some kind of value to give to the world that people are prepared to pay for. So think of the value, think of the knowledge that's in your head, Craig, that you've got from this year. Would you have paid for that knowledge a year ago?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Of course,
100%.
and we're learning all the time. So there's people, you know, on air, people are going to have knowledge in their head that they've got now, they've accumulated over the last 6 months, that people who are 6 months behind them would pay for.
Yeah.
If they can just get up off their backsides,
Do something.
put it online, you know, set up a landing page and a checkout and actually start charging people. And there's nothing, you know, there's nothing seedy or wrong with that. You know, going, oh, you know, I feel if I'm selling stuff to people, you know, should I just tell this stuff anyway, and etc. And there's real room for free stuff. 90% of my stuff is free online. But there is stuff that's really genuinely life-changing, which has cost me a lot of money or a lot of time. And it's that information that I sell to people that's like so valuable, it completely warrants that money. But I think people are, like you say, just afraid of taking action. What would you say to anyone who's watching, who's maybe been, you know, toying with the business idea for maybe it could be like the last decade, they've still never gone through with it, and their excuses are things like, oh, well, I don't have the time or I don't have the money, etc. How would you get someone to kind of at least begin that might not necessarily even cost them anything to begin with? Is it YouTube, looking for tutorials? What is it?
I'll tell you what way to look at it. Think of yourself being 70 years of age and looking back and where you are now in your life, and think about that time and think, where would I be now if I took that action back then? So say me now at 36 years of age, if I'm looking back to even when I started my businesses at early 20s, or the business that I've still been running for 10 years now, if I wanted to took that action now, where would I be today? Do you know what I mean? What would I be doing? My life would be completely different. I won't have all these surroundings. I won't have these luxuries.
I won't have a £750,000 apartment in town with a pool table, custom built.
An R8 downstairs.
I wouldn't have all that if I wanted to took that action back then. And it is all down to just taking action. You got like I still believe that you just, because my mindset when I first started wasn't this entrepreneurial guy. I remember I did like a couple of events, and there wasn't, well, the first one did great, the second one didn't that great, and I was like, it's done, it's over. And I just thought, that was like the moment of that night. And then when I kind of like, I've resonated on it a little bit more, had a couple of nights sleep on it, I was like, do you know what? And I can do this better, I can work harder at it and make it work. And that's all it came down to, is just not giving up, giving up. Starting with an action and belief. But you've got to get the knowledge. Knowledge is key to everything. You know what I mean? Knowledge is the key to everything. You can have the determination to start something, but without the knowledge, you're not going to get very far. So the first thing you need is knowledge. But I think people think, oh, I want to start learning and making money by next week. Do you know what I mean? Don't have that mindset, because it's probably not going to happen. Things take time, and you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to get this information, I'll know, but we get that information and you build on that information. Do you know what I mean? So you're always acquiring more information, and then that's when you become an expert. Because you become very knowledgeable in what you're trying to teach the people or what you're trying to achieve. And people start believing in you then, because you've obviously got more knowledge than the person you're speaking to. So I always just think, don't get further on in life thinking, I wish I'd have done this. Just act on it right now and make it happen, because along the way there's going to be a lot of bumps along the road, and you might not have that opportunity again. Don't think I'm going to start doing this next year because I've had more time on my hands. Something might happen in that time. And you might not be in a position that you can start it. So you start it now, start it today, and make it happen.
There's never a perfect time. People are looking for that perfect time, aren't they? But there'll always be an excuse. So it's just, like you say, it's taking action this minute and just getting on with it and just going. If you want it, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse.
It's always excuses, but I'll stop you from getting what you want to achieve.
So you go, little bit of online business, social media marketing, guru style advice there. If you've got a business idea in your head, seriously, just like get to work, start taking some action on it today. Talking about action, Craig, come on, hold my hand out like this. Look what I've got here. I'd like to offer you, son, a first edition Master of Monocle t-shirt, literally well, money can buy it technically because a few people have bought these, but for you, you can have that, put it on, wear it with pride, give it all your followers. Seriously, that's going to be worth, you know what, forget your online businesses, that'll get you a £750 million apartment when this brand goes global. Get it framed, and this is the part of the vlog we like to call When Hop Got Clamped. So, you've seen what's happened, we have no idea why, but Hippity Hop has a clamped vehicle. We did pay for the parking.
We did.
There's nothing dodgy there, so we think there might be a previous offence.
Happy clamping.
Happy clamping. Get in the car, make a phone call, let's see what happens. Otherwise, Petch, we're walking home, mate.
0.
Yeah, call the attendant, 0. 0. Call the attendant.
Thank you for calling the Manchester City Council clamping fender line. Unfortunately, our office is now closed.
Oh.
And if you are calling to make a payment for clamp release,
Which we are.
information regarding clamped vehicles, please call back between the hours of 8 AM and 5 PM, Monday to Sunday. Thank you for your call. Goodbye.
Don't say thanks to me when I can't do anything.
Because the owner of this mailbox is not accepting.
It's going to do the same again, isn't it?
One moment, please.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. Manchester Council. It's pointless. They just work shit hours.
Cannot be reached from this service.
£6 to
Please try again.
Right, that's dead to me. Basically, we tried to pay the fine to get the clamp removed. Manchester Council's offices aren't open. You can't pay the fine after 5 PM. Manchester Council, that is poor form, man. If you're going to clamp people for offences they don't even know they've committed, you should at least be open to take their money. Might well be walking, Petch. So we're walking in the freezing cold, but what aren't we doing, Hop?
Getting bothered.
We're not letting the petty nature of Manchester Council bother us. He can't even go to yoga. So instead, obviously, we're going to get a latte.
Still smiling.
Still smiling, Petch.
Mango, black tea and lemonade.
Mango tango. Are we on, Petch? So, so we've made it to Starbucks. I wanted a chai tea latte. I actually ordered a Thai chi latte. That would have been like a karate latte. But I got what I wanted in the end. Hop, how are you dealing with this clamp in your head right now? Just let everyone know how you deal with this adversity.
You don't sweat the small stuff.
It's not sweating the small stuff.
Don't worry about it.
What's actually going on in your head? Are you bitter about it? Are you gutted about it? Or are you just looking at it as just nothing?
No, the only thing I'm upset about is I can't go to yoga.
Well, why don't we do yoga here?
We could do yoga here.
Go on, I'll do it.
Yoga.
Down dog. There you go. That is my yoga done. So how are we actually going to solve this problem? Because we have obviously Petch's Dice of Life to do. What's the plan? What do you think we should do, Petch?
Let's get an Uber.
Let's get an Uber. Back where it all began, in the Hop's house, because ultimately we had nowhere else to go that would allow us to film. Shout out to Pret in Spinning Fields for kicking us out. Right, okay, so we're back. Guess what? It's time for that part of the vlog we like to call... Yes, it is time for Petch's Dice of Life. Petch, are you ready to roll?
Unlike Sean's car.
Oh.
That's low.
He's only just getting, he's not even getting over it. He's only just managed to take this in and you're already hurting him emotionally. Roll it, Petch. Just not with that. If anybody else hates that noise as much as I hate it, he's not even rolled it up. What is it, Hop?
This is 6.
Will your ats message the real Petch UK and just tell him to stop doing that? I'm gonna bin this.
Oh, my thumb.
That's getting big.
Oh, is that your thumb?
You deserve that.
You deserve that, Petch.
That's for the car joke.
It's all going wrong. Right, it's a 6. Petch, if it's a 6, the topic for this week is educational. I love this because what's this vlog here? It's here for educating, motivating, and entertaining. So we'll educate you, Petch. What do you want to ask this week about education?
Well, actually, it's something to do with what you guys have been talking about on the vlog. You know, how you set up your online businesses and things like that.
Okay.
And I know you do your Zoom calls every now and again.
Every now and again.
Every now and again?
Just sporadically.
Every week.
Whenever you feel like
There's
it.
no organisation to it.
So go on.
So, If you could teach anything, what would you teach?
If you could teach any, well, this is interesting because this is exactly what we were talking about at Craig's before. Well, this is an easy one for me because I do, ultimately. I decided years ago that I would coach people on high performance mindset because I'd been coached on high performance mindset for nearly a decade and was like, this has helped me out so much in my life. I'm going to start coaching people on that. So that's why I created Bulletproof Actor, which I've spoken about on the blog many times in the last 2 or 3 episodes. BulletproofActor.com. Registration for the next intake, which won't be till next year, is open now. So I've kind of done that, mate. If I could teach anything though, it'd be that, because it has a massive impact on people's lives. I think I'm probably like, the only other thing I would do is I would like to teach other people how easy it is, like we said before at Craig's, to begin a side hustle, something they can develop on the side, to turn into something that's going to give them more freedom in their life to pursue what they really want to do, whether that's acting or singing or, you know, be an astronaut, whatever it is. So I'd probably help people break free of those shitty 9 till 5 jobs that I used to do. What would you teach?
I would teach, well, what I do teach as well.
Boring answers this week.
Confidence and self-esteem based around giving the people the ability to do what they want, really. Like in business, follow dreams, what we've spoken about, but confidence in self. I used to do that in my old business, the model experience.
Oh yeah. When he was Mr. Face of Manchester 2004.
I used to go into schools and I used to teach, somehow we built a package and we used to go into schools and teach like school leavers how to prepare themselves for the first interview. That was the most rewarding thing, because obviously in this generation, people on phones, just in front of screens all the time, the simple interactions of eye contact, handshaking, and just general self-esteem. You wouldn't believe these 15, 16-year-olds, they couldn't sit there and look you in the eye and sort of tell you what they're good at. They just couldn't do it.
Right, okay.
But by the end of the session, we spent like a day with them. They were beaming. That was rewarding. And now, you just said it, teaching people a side hustle. That's essentially my network marketing business, what I do. Teaching people how to fit in and around those times, those slotted times that are wasted watching trash on TV, maybe playing on some silly little app, building a business in those pockets of time. Because in this world, no one thinks they've got time. So teaching people, you have got time.
And everyone's got something to teach. What would you teach, Petch?
I teach
how to be Spider-Man.
How to be Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Kid.
What would you teach? Speak up, Petch. We've got a minute left.
We've got 2 alpha males there.
Exactly. See, I can't even get a word in.
Come on, go.
Come on, Petch, get it out. This is your piece.
This is it, I'm trying.
Keep it together. Petch, come on, 40 seconds, that's all I'm giving you.
If I could teach anybody anything, I'd teach guys how to understand females.
Oh,
really?
Is that because, is it because,
if you could.
if you could.
If I could.
Because then
so you can't.
I can't.
Seriously, you know what? I don't think anybody can teach that. I don't want to be sounding sexist. If there's a guy out there or a female who would like to teach me how to understand females better, I'm well up for a coffee.
I just reckon I'd be rich if I could do that.
Well, yeah.
Definitely. Well, again, that's human behaviour and psychology, isn't it? And understanding people. I think that's the key to life. If you can understand people, ultimately you can probably achieve whatever you want in life, because generally the only thing between you and what you want is a person. Interesting. Let us know what you would teach, and don't tell me any of this bullshit that you haven't got anything to teach, or, oh, I don't know anything. You only need to be one step ahead of the people you're teaching in order to be an expert at something. Do hit us up at SJ Hotwood, at Ross A. Grant, at The Real Petch UK. That is right, isn't it?
That is right.
Yeah, that is right. And yeah, let us know. This vlog might be a little bit shorter than the other vlogs, and that's because Petch can only really film for today. We've already put him through his paces, and his thumb's killing him. He's had an operation on his thumb. He can only film left-handed. I don't want to put the lad into hospital.
He's got a clamp
anymore. He's got a clamp, so he can't go anywhere. But yeah, let us know your thoughts as always. Do let us know what you would teach, and we will see you on the next vlog, which will be episode 21.
21st birthday.
21st birthday, I was thinking, what is it? But yeah, 21st birthday, I guess, of the vlog. Yeah, see you on our 21st birthday. 3, 2, 1, bye for now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It really would mean the world to me if you would leave a comment telling me what you enjoyed and what you would like to see more of next time. If you want to catch more episodes, head over to facebook.com/WatchRoss or youtube.com/WatchRoss. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. I'll be back real soon. Bye for now.